Welcome to this video. Today we will discuss about how to transform a vector from Cartesian coordinates to cylindrical coordinates. Suppose a vector A is given in Cartesian coordinates like this. A is equal to ax plus ay plus az, where capital Ax is the component of A along x direction, capital Ay is the component of A vector along y direction, and capital Az is the component of A vector along z direction. And these small ax, small ay, small az are the unit vectors along the respective directions. These things we have already seen. Now we want to transform this vector to another coordinate system, cylindrical coordinate system. So we will see how to do that. So this is our vector given in Cartesian coordinates. If we do some transformation to get to represent the same vector in cylindrical coordinates, it will look like this. A is equal to a rho plus a phi plus az, where capital A rho is the component of A along the direction of unit vector small a rho. Capital A phi will be the component of A vector along the direction of small unit vector a phi, and capital Az will be the component of A along Az direction. So our problem is to determine these three scalar constants values: A rho, capital A phi, and capital Az. Okay, so we need to compute these three numbers. So let us see how to compute those things. So capital A rho, first one is capital A rho, that is the component of A along the direction of unit vector A rho. So we can use the idea of dot product to calculate the component of a particular vector along a given direction. So A rho is the component of A along small a rho. So it will be obtained by taking the dot product of A vector with the unit vector in the direction of A rho, that is A dot A rho, and I have substituted the vector A with its representation in Cartesian coordinates, that is ax plus ay plus az. Now we can take the dot product. We can open the bracket and take the dot product. So it will look like ax multiplied by ax dot a rho, then ay multiplied by ay dot a rho, then az multiplied by az dot a rho. So we need to compute these three dot products. So let us do it one by one. So first dot product is ax dot a rho. So from the definition of dot products, we know that ax dot a rho will be magnitude of ax multiplied by magnitude of a rho multiplied by cosine of the angle between these two unit vectors. Since these are unit vectors, their magnitudes are 1 or unity. So I have substituted 1 here. Then we need to determine this angle. So I have drawn a basic diagram of cylindrical coordinate system. This we have seen in the previous class. Suppose I have a point x comma y comma z in space. Then I can drop a perpendicular to the xy plane. So I will get this point x comma y comma 0 in the xy plane. Now this point can be joined with origin 0 comma 0 comma 0, and this distance from origin to this x comma y comma 0 is denoted as rho, and the angle this length makes with the positive x direction is angle phi. And we know that A rho is the unit vector along the direction of this rho vector. A rho is somewhere here. A rho can be drawn anywhere along this radius. It is of magnitude 1 and direction in the increasing direction of rho. Then Ax is here in the positive direction, x-axis direction. So you can clearly see that the angle between vector Ax and vector A rho is nothing but phi. So we can substitute phi here. So Ax dot A rho is simply cos phi. Okay. Now we can calculate the second dot product. So the second dot product is ay dot A rho. So to compute that, I have redrawn the diagram here. So we can mark the vectors here. Ay is unit vector along positive y direction. So it is somewhere here. Then a row we already know it is along increasing direction of rho. It is along the radius. A row is here. So it is this is the angle that we need. So what is that? This total angle will be 90 degree. Angle between x and y axis, that is 90 degree, and this one is phi. So the remaining angle is 90 minus phi. So ay dot a row is magnitude of ay multiplied by magnitude of a row multiplied by cos of the angle between these two. The angle is 90 minus phi. Magnitude of ay and magnitude of a row are 1, so it is just cos 90 minus phi, and that is sin phi. Okay. Now, what is the third dot product? Az dot a row. This we can directly write as 0. Why? Because Az is perpendicular to xy plane. Our a row vector is lying in the xy plane. And so the angle between Az and a row is clearly 90 degree. So dot product will be obviously 0 because it is 1 into 1 multiplied by cos 90. So it is 0. So we have computed all the three dot products. Now we can substitute it in the equation that we have written earlier. So I have substituted the values of the three dot products. So I got the expression for a row. So a row is ax cos phi plus ay sin phi plus 0. So this is our first equation. Now we need to compute our second unknown, that is capital A phi. So capital A phi is nothing but the component of a vector along a phi direction. So same idea we are using. We can take the dot product of a vector with a phi. So a dot a phi. A is ax plus ay plus az dot a phi. Now you can open the bracket and take the dot product. So it will be ax multiplied by the first dot product, that is ax dot a phi, and ay multiplied by small ay dot small a phi, then az multiplied by az dot a phi. So we need to compute these three dot products. So first one is ax dot a phi. So ax dot a phi is magnitude of ax multiplied by magnitude of a phi into cosine of angle between them. So magnitudes are 1. We need the angle. So I have redrawn the diagram coordinate system here. So this is our x-axis, then y-axis and z-axis, and xy-z is our point of interest. Then I have drawn a perpendicular from xy-z to xy plane. So the point is x comma y comma 0. Then that point is joined with origin. So this length will be rho. Okay. So what is a phi? So that we have seen in the previous class. A phi is the unit vector at this point x comma y comma 0 and tangential to the radius. So it can be either in this tangent can be either in this direction or in the opposite direction. And by definition, we are marking the direction of a phi in the increasing direction of phi. So the increasing direction of phi is counterclockwise in this direction. Phi is measured from positive x-axis. So we will mark a phi in this direction, tangential to the radius vector in the increasing direction of phi. So this is a phi. Now to make the analysis simple, I have redrawn the diagram in the next page, top view of this diagram. So if we look from above, from top, we will see only this circle, and I have drawn it in the next page like this. So when we look from the top, we will not see the z-axis. It is coming out of the paper. This is our x-axis and y-axis. This is the point x comma y comma 0, and the rho and phi are marked here, and this is our a phi. So you can redraw a phi here parallel to this. So a phi is reproduced here. So now we can clearly mark the angle between a phi and ax. So this is my ax direction, increasing direction of x, and this is a phi direction. So what is the angle between a phi and ax? This is the angle that we need, this total angle. So let us do it step by step. This angle is phi, so this one will be 90 minus phi, so this will be again phi. So what is the total angle between AX and A phi? It is 90 plus this angle phi. So angle between AX and A phi will be 90 plus phi. So I can substitute it in the expression. So it is 90 plus phi, and cos 90 plus phi is minus sin phi. So AX dot A phi is minus sin phi. Now we can do the second dot product, that is AY dot A phi. So magnitude of AY multiplied by magnitude of A phi into cosine of angle between the two unit vectors. So we can use the figure to compute the angle between A phi and AY. So I will draw A phi here for convenience. A phi parallel to this. And what is AY? AY is a unit vector parallel to y along the direction of positive y-axis. So this is AY. So this is our angle of interest. What is that angle? That we have seen earlier, it is phi. So the dot product will be simply 1 into 1 multiplied by cos phi. So the answer is cos phi. AY dot A phi is cos phi. Now the third dot product is AZ dot A phi. What will be that? AZ dot A phi will be AZ dot A phi. That is clearly 0 because A phi is lying in the XY plane and AZ is normal to this paper. So angle between A phi and AZ will be 90 degree. So the dot product will be 0. AZ and A phi are normal to each other. So dot product is 0. So now I have written the equations here. This is our equation number 1. Now the second equation, that is this one. This we can substitute AX into AX dot A phi. That we got in the next page. AX dot A phi is minus sin phi. So I can substitute it here. AY dot A phi is, that also we got, it was cos phi. It was cos phi. So we can substitute it here. And the third one is 0. Okay, so this is our equation number 2. So I have rewritten these two equations in the last page. So this is equation 2. And our third unknown AZ is actually same as the Z component in the Cartesian coordinate system. So since we know that in both cylindrical coordinate system and the Cartesian coordinate system, the third coordinate is same. It is the Z coordinate. So there is no change in the Z component of the vector. It is simply AZ. So this is our third equation. AZ is simply equal to AZ in the Cartesian coordinate system. So I can write these expressions in matrix form, in a compact form. So A rho A phi AZ forms the left hand side, and this is the coefficient matrix: cos phi sin phi 0 minus sin phi cos phi 0 0 0 1, and this is our components in the Cartesian coordinate system. So if AX, AY, AZ are known to you, you can use this transformation matrix to calculate the values in cylindrical coordinate system, and you can transform the vector. And you can do the reverse thing also using the same idea that we will do in the class. Okay, thank you.